Hey everybody, welcome back to Jimmy's Promo, and today I'm going to show you how my phone differs from yours in 5 different ways. Now, the thing I love about Android phones, especially Samsung Galaxy devices, is all of the different customizations and changes and wallpapers, widgets, and things you're able to do to make your phone unique to you, so then this way another person with the exact same device will have a different experience, will have a different look, a different feel, and also sometimes different functions. So in today's video, I'm going to show you these 5 different things that I believe when you put them all together, my phone is unique to itself. But if you want, you can download these, you can copy these. I won't be as unique, but again, I'm here to help you guys out. If any of these are something that you're interested in, you can just simply follow today's videos, instructions, tutorials, and you're able to make these changes yourself. So the first one I want to show you is one that I use. It's from an application. It's a free application from the Play Store. It's called Activity Launcher. Now, Activity Launcher was one I specifically got back in the day because I wanted to play around with different functions because what happens is even though it loads all of the different applications, a lot of the different services that's on your phone, you're able to go through all of these settings and the menus as you normally would, but sometimes it will find something that you cannot access in the normal stock settings. So with this one, what I'm going to do inside of, again, Activity Launcher, just hit on the search button. And for this one, I'm going to type in labs. Now, the reason why I want to type in labs is because I want to go inside of my call labs. So this way I can change my swipe to answer or swipe to reject as a single tap. Now, this was something that Samsung was able to do very, very easily from before through settings. Now I believe it's actually somewhere through the accessibility, but it puts an overlay on the display. It puts up a little pop-up that I don't want. I just want to have the ability to either accept or reject phone calls with a single tap. Now, you saw a couple different pop-ups letting you know, like, hey, if you run this, you could cause issues. I have been running this application, not only on this device, but the device before this and the device before this, still have to run into any issues. So for me, in terms of the single tap option, it doesn't cause any problems. Now, inside of this Call Labs, you just tap on this option here, which is Call Accept, Reject Button Action. And even though it's very, very hard, especially on the camera, to read this because it's kind of dark on dark, that's one thing that they need to update this application for. But if you look at it with the human eye, it'll actually say default, single tap, double tap, long press. So I'm going to tap this one here, which is single tap. So this way, when someone calls me, I can simply tap it with reject or answer. Now on the very top, it gives you the ability to actually place a call or receive an incoming phone call. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to put in just a fake number 1 through 9 with the additional 0 at the end. And then I'm going to add a incoming call. So basically this number I placed on the top is going to call me. And from here, I can just test it. So because I don't want to answer it, I'm just going to simply tap on the end phone call or reject. And that's just to prove right there that it works. So this is what I was able to do here with this little, single tap. I don't want to do the whole swipe. Sometimes I don't want to. It's more easy for me to do that this way. Now, what I wish Samsung would be able to do is when you go inside of your phone settings, on the very top, maybe go inside of the settings here, maybe underneath, supplementary services, maybe underneath other call settings, maybe underneath another area, answering and ending phone calls. Like there's a bunch of different ways you can do it. You can have it answer automatically, press the volume up, press the side key to end, things like that. Put in one more option of a single tap. It's very, very simple. Samsung was able to do this from before, and I don't want to go through the accessibility to use it from that way because, again, it's an overlay. It's a little pop-up. It's always floating as a little button. It's very annoying. So this is just a simple way to get it done through the back end. Again, this is just unlocking abilities that is there, just not there visibly to the naked eye through the normal stock settings. So again, Activity Launcher to enable a single press to accept or reject. Now next up is going to be with my side key. So I have it set up to where if I press and hold on the side key, it's going to pop up the normal native automatic Google Assistant on the very bottom. Makes it very, very simple, easy to use. Now this is again all going to be through the Samsung way. These are applications made by Samsung for Samsung. So how you're able to get this one done here is download GoodLock. Now GoodLock is a part of the Galaxy Store. Again, GoodLock is only available in certain regions. Some regions it doesn't work. Some people use NiceLock. Some people get VPNs, things like that. So what I did through here is inside of GoodLock, I went inside of Registar. Now Registar is new. This might be available on some devices and may not be available on other devices. This is the Galaxy S23 Ultra. And what I do here is right there. Side key press and hold action. Access your Google Voice Assistant. Again, it's on the very, very top. There's one right here that's called like take and share screenshot. There's none. And Samsung put it on the very top because most people wanted this. Now there's a bunch of other functions you can do, open applications, do all these other functions. But again, I'd rather, if I wanted to speak to Google, things like that, instead of me speaking aloud right away to activate it or hit on my little Google button there, press and hold, I'm able to get inside of it. Pretty cool. You can always change whatever you want to use with it. But for me, I'd rather just do a press and hold for the Google Assistant. Now this next one I want to talk about is from Sound Assistant. Now Sound Assistant, you might not have to go through GoodLock. You might be able to find Sound Assistant itself inside of the Galaxy Store. So if you don't have access to GoodLock, take a look inside the Galaxy Store, see if you can find it. We're just going to go through it here with GoodLock. With Sound Assistant, I wanted to do something with my sound that was different than others. And specifically, this is helping me out when I'm in the gym, if I'm in the living room watching TV, someone else is next to me. Maybe I'm laying in bed next to the wife. She doesn't want to have my volume to be too loud. So what you're able to do is through stock, it's actually set to a step of 10 when it comes down to changing your volume. So right now, if you take your Samsung phone and let's say that you go inside of maybe YouTube Music, now through here, if I was to hit on this play button, what's going to happen is if I have my audio all the way down, if I hit up once, it's going to go all the way up to level 10. Then if I hit it again, it's going to go up to 20. Now here's the thing, I might want this thing to be slightly quieter. Now instead of me having to hit the volume button and then use my finger to try to get it where I want it to go, I'd rather just have a little one step, move it up half of the volume level. So I want it to move up by 5s instead of 10s. And that is being done right here through Sound Assistance. So now if you remember, when I hit that level up button, it went up to level 10. So I'm going to hit on the play button. Right now it's on 0. I hit this button one time, it's at 5, and it's at the optimal number that maybe I would like to have laying in bed at night or in a living room, whatever the case. Or maybe you're at the gym, and if you go from 70 to 80 to 90, 90 is a little bit too loud. You go back down to 80, it's just not loud enough. You just want to have maybe that middle ground of 85, and you don't want to tap your screen somewhere. Maybe you want to do it with the screen off, and you don't want to try to play with that little volume button over here where you can change the slider with your finger. I get that, but I want it to be simply right here, hitting up and down. If I want it to be 0, 5, 10, 15, even though yes, there is more clicks for me to get to the very top, that is okay. All you have to do is press and hold, and it moves up very quickly. Now, next up, we're going to talk about the Google widget that's on the front. This is something that I interact with so many times in the day, and because it's there and because it's on my main home screen, I want it to look the way that I want it to look. I can have the letter G, I can have the whole word Google, I can have it a different color, I can have it see-through, things like that. So again, all you gotta do is tap on that little G, and then once you do that, you're gonna go to the very top, tap on your little icon, and then you go inside of settings. Now, inside of settings, you're gonna see this button here called Search Widget. So this is the Search Widget, and now you're able to customize it. So I've been doing this for years, going through, changing the way that it looks. On the bottom, you have 4 different tabs. So let's say that you tap on the G. Well, how do you want it to look? Do you want it to spell out Google or just have the letter G? The letter G is good enough for me, so I'm going to hit on back. This one right here, you can change the shape. If you want it to be square, kind of a rectangle, if you want it to kind of be more sphere on the edges, again, then you can hit on back. Now through here, this is where you can change the color of what you want that G to look like. And kind of, when you do this, it's going to change pretty much everything in the background too. So you can have like a fully black, black one in the back with white G there. You can have a see-through one with a little bit of gray. Or you can go over to this one here and you can change the saturation, you can change the hue, you can make it, again, pretty much look however you want it to look. If you want it to, let's see, I'm going to put it, you got like deep red, you can do this, you can make the saturation even deeper, so we can go something like this. And then what you can do is you can either hit on save, and it's going to keep it the way it is, or all you have to do is just hit on that back button. So again, when you were at this point here, hit this little back button after you have it all done, then you can go to this next section, and then now this is where you can see if you want it to be, see-through or not. So if you want it to be a super solid widget or a little see-through. And then again, when you're all done, hit on the save button. When you head back home, now that is what it looks like. Now this last one I want to talk about will be dealing with the camera, and this is where, let's say you want to take a selfie, maybe you use the rear camera, you're going to take family photos, whatever the case may be. Someone may sneeze, someone may look away, someone may want to make several different faces or several different pictures, things like that. So let's say we go to the very top. I'm going to go with 5 seconds. So this way you'll get enough time to go back to your position or get ready for whatever you're doing, positioning it, again, with either the front or the back. Now from here, when you tap on the little shutter button, it'll go through 5 seconds, and it's it's going to take a picture. Now, how I have mine different than everybody else's is that it's going to take several pictures. And the first one will take 5 seconds. Then it's going to go through really quick, about maybe a second and a half. It's going to take another, and then again another. So I have this one set up to take 3 images. Now, if I go through my settings inside of the camera itself, you're going to notice that I have this thing right here that's called Camera Assistant. Camera Assistant gives you a bunch of different settings, a bunch of different things you're able to do, even like a camera timeout. So right here, you can change it if you want it to be stock as 1 photo, or maybe 3 photos, 5 or 7. Again, some people might like to take a whole family picture, but in different pictures, make different faces or different poses, whatever the case, this will allow you to get that done. So this Camera Assistant is showing inside of my camera settings, but it's one of those that, again, yes, is going to be inside of GoodLock. So you go inside of GoodLock if you are available to have this done, and you download Camera Assistant. So anytime you want to make a change to your camera settings, that's inside of here. You don't have to go back inside of GoodLock to get it done. All you'd have to do is just make sure you go inside of your camera, go inside of the settings, and because, again, it's made by Samsung for Samsung, you're going to see that little setting just sit right there. Makes it very simple. So these are 5 small things that I did to make my phone different than yours. Hopefully you guys appreciated it. If you like any of these ones, you can do it yourself if you want to. This is just a way for me to kind of be unique. Now there's several other things that my phone is able to do that could be different than yours or look different than yours. So hopefully this phone is still unique to me, but you're getting closer to, having your phone, do stuff for you that you may like that maybe you never knew it could do. But if you guys appreciated this video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe on the very bottom left-hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.